Does God have favorite things? That's a great question. You're about to find out. We all have favorite things. Does God have favorite things too? Well, to find out, you don't have to look very far. You only have to open a Bible to the very beginning. In the opening sentences of the Genesis story, we learn about all the things God created, and which of them was his favorite. In Genesis 1, it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, 'Let there be light.' And there was light. God saw that the light was good." So God creates the whole universe. It starts out rough, like a master artist working with a lump of clay. Then God makes light. He calls the light good. There's a lot you can do with light. Do you like light shows, laser beams, and flashing lights? How about fireworks? According to the Travel Channel, the best fireworks in the United States are on the 4th of July in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, if we can do a lot with light, you can imagine what God can do with light. We've all seen pictures of galaxies and nebula and celestial objects of fantastic size and beauty. With all due respect to Atlanta, God can put on a much better light show if he wants. So light is good, but is light God's favorite thing? Are fireworks and great shows of power what God likes best? Well, apparently not. Here's how I know. If they were, God could have stopped there. But he made more. In verse 9 it says, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let the dry ground appear." And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Do you like going to the beach? I do. Oceans are beautiful things. Waves crashing on the shore, the smell of fresh ocean air. But are oceans God's favorite things? If they were, he could have stopped there. But he made more things. Then we're told, the land produced vegetation, plants bearing seeds according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Oh, flowers, fields full of beautiful, wonderful smelling flowers, forests full of majestic trees. God called the flowers and the trees good. But are flowers and trees God's favorite things? If they were, yes, God could have stopped there. But he made more things. So God created the great creatures of the sea and every living thing with which the water teems, and that moves about in it according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So God makes fish and dolphins and whales for the oceans. He fills the skies with beautiful birds, populates the forests and the fields with animals. He calls all these things good. But are fish and dolphins and whales and animals and birds God's favorite things? If they were, he could have stopped there. But he made more. Finally, we're told, so God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. The closing sentence of Genesis chapter 1 says this, God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. Light shows are good. Oceans and skies and stars and planets are good. Fish and birds and animals are all good. But human beings, they're very good. You want to know what God's favorite things are? Humans, men and women. That means you and me. We are God's favorite things. God holds a special place in his heart for all human life. And all means all races, all conditions, the healthy, the sick. Those we might think of as perfect. Those we might think of as imperfect. The young, the old. Speaking of young, this is why many of us are concerned about the really young, children in the womb waiting to be born. All of these are special and valuable to God. If you want to know and understand God, you must understand His values, the things that are important to Him. You can't know God unless you understand how much He values all human life. This is one of the things I write about in my book, The Idols on the Hills, Values, Choices, and the Battle for the Hearts of Mankind. You can learn about it on my website, philbrainerd.com. If this was helpful, please pass it along. And of course, click the buttons, like, follow, and all the rest. I'm Phil Brainerd. Thanks for watching.